Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of day you see this video, if you see it at all. I want to give a comment about this Grahm Platner and the situation that he's in while he's running for the U.S. Senate seat that Susan Collins is currently holding right now. For the last, I'd say, several weeks, maybe a month or so, he's been having one little scandal after another, and they're quite something else. He's got the latest one is he's been texting these women, and the texts are of a sexual content. And apparently when he was doing this was right at about the time that him and his current wife had first got married. So of course that's a scandal. And this morning I was watching our local news, WABI, TV5. And on there they had this guy who was giving his comment about this situation. And of course, my opinion of what he was saying was he was playing the whataboutism game. He was admitting that, yes, Grahm Platner has admitted to texting these different women while married, so you could technically say he was doing some bad stuff after taking his vows of not doing anything like that. Okay. And because this person who was given their opinion was focusing only on that, well, you know, he's done this stuff behind his wife's back, and then she finds out. And basically, look at what Trump did with that tape where he was talking about grabbing women by their lower regions, we'll say. And how did he put it? He said something to the effect of, well, when I first heard Trump saying that on that tape, I was thinking to myself, that's it, Trump is done. You know, people are just not going to like that, and he's going to be out of the race and he's gone. But no, it was just the opposite. He did something just as bad as Grahm Platner has done, and he kept going. So more than likely, that's probably what's going to happen with Platner. He's going to keep going. Now, I'm not going to argue that, because I think no matter what Platner has done, because the left really doesn't have anybody else to run in any other seat, let alone this Senate seat. They don't have anyone that's any better or worse, because they all seem to have that same stuff going on. They've got bad things, and yet they can continue running and more than likely will win. And there's a good chance he will win. Maine is a blue state now as far as I'm concerned. They say it's purple, but I think it tends to be blue. I think there are more Democrats than there are Republicans, and more than likely he'll probably win. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I got to eat crow. I'd really rather see Sue Collins stay there, but I digress. With all of these people that are coming out that are trying to defend Platner for what he did, or actually not so much defend, but they play the whataboutism game. Well, yeah, well, what about this one and what he did and what he said? You know, he did it and he got away with it, so Platner deserves to get away with it. To me, that's what they're saying. But they're really avoiding the real big issue because they're not even mentioning it. Now, I don't know these women that Platner was sending these texts to, but I do know that he was on, I think they call it Kick. It's a platform. Just like Facebook or Twitter or whatever, it's a platform where people can get on there and say and do the things that they do. And I guess this Kick, 'Kick' has been known, to be used by pedophiles. They'll get on there and they'll target kids and try to groom them or try to whatever the hell it is that they do. Now, I mean, it's one thing if a man wants to cheat on his wife and send text messages and be nasty and whatever, that's one thing. But why was Grahm Platner, a man who was running for a U.S. Senate seat, why is a full-grown man on a platform that is used primarily by teenagers and people that like to get the attention of children? That right there, I think, is what the issue is, because a man cheating on his wife in whatever form you want to call it, cheating, texting, or actually physically going out and doing something with another woman when you're married to your wife, that's one issue, and that's a scandal, but it's not a shocker to hear that it happens. That's not the shocker for me. I mean, if it was just that, if Grahm Platner had cheated on his wife, that would be between him and his God, in my opinion. It's not good. It wouldn't be good for his campaign. But I don't think it would be that bad because of this extra stuff of him being on a platform that children use. That's what I can't really understand, how he continues to stay in the race. And as I always say, when I put posts on Facebook and put my comments up, this is one angle I always point out. What if Grahm Platner was a Republican? I don't think they would focus on the fact that he cheated on his wife, so to speak. They'd be focusing on what is he doing on that platform. A platform that is focused at children. And the primary audience on there, I believe, is children, teenagers, young adults. And I can guarantee you, Platner would not be still running if he was a Republican. The day that this information comes out, there is absolutely no question in my mind, Platner would probably the following day or within a day or two would be getting in front of the cameras and saying, I'm going to have to step down. I've made a decision, whatever. And you can picture it. You can see it. If he was a Republican, he would have been taken out a long time ago. But no, he's a Democrat, and he remains running. And I just don't get the double standard. I do not get the double standard. The guy that was on WABI this morning giving his opinion and saying, well, look at what Trump did. He was on that, in that bus talking with that guy and basically saying that he could grab any woman by their privates. Now, that's not good. I admit that's not a good thing, but he said what he said, and I'm not defending what he said. I'm defending when he said it. He wasn't in front of a whole bunch of people, and he was caught on tape. But I'll tell you right now, I'm a man. And I know how us men are. We're pigs. There's no question about it. And when we see pretty women, thoughts go through our heads. That's what happens. Men are dirty old men. And they'll say things just like what Trump said. Doesn't make it right, but it's how men are wired. And that's not a defense. That's more of that's a fact. That's who men are. Men look at women and they get nasty thoughts in the head. What the hell are you going to do about that? I mean, it happens. And again, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's just how men are wired. It's the way it is. And then on the left, everybody's all upset with Trump because he made this statement using locker room talk, as they called it. And he's supposed to, as far as the left is concerned, he's just supposed to, drop everything, get out of the race, and go back to New York where he came from and hide his face in shame for the rest of his life. But this Platner can be on a platform sending texts to God knows who these women are. I don't know who they are. I mean, were they adult women? No one has said whether they were adult or children or what. No one has said, so I don't know. But I'd like to know, why is a 30, 40-year-old man on a platform that everybody knows is a platform with children on it most of the time? It don't look good. But he's being given a break as far as the left is concerned, with some. There are some left-wingers, too, that I will stand with on this. They don't buy it. They don't think that what this Platner has done is right at all. And he's not in the right. And they think that he should reconsider this run for the U.S. Senate. And I stand with them. Even though I may disagree with them on policy, I agree with them that this Platner has gone too far. And these people that are defending him, trying to get us to overlook what he's done, that's what I can't understand. I cannot understand it. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much my comment on this. I'll have more videos coming. Don't forget to like and share. Comment if you want to. I want to hear what you have to say. Please, let's have a discussion. I'm on my way to work. I'm gonna finish drinking my cup of coffee here. I hope you guys have a good day. We're going.